to everyone. So if you have any problem, any issue while going through the session, just ping me in the chat, and I appreciate your presence for being here. Guys, let me introduce myself. First of all, myself is Manoj. I'm an independent consultant working with SAP from past 7.5 years. Mostly my career started with BW 7 years before, you can say, and 7.5 years before. I started working as a business warehouse consultant at that time, and going forward, I got a chance to work on business object after having acquisition of business object in SAP AG, where I have worked on 4.1, 4.0, 3.1, all those versions which is related and belonging to the SAP AG, where all the development, whatever development happened by the SAP has in AG was tracked down me onto the business object perspective. Well, I am currently working as a SAP EPM lead, and there our association is mostly to give us a planning and consolidation. Where in another project, as I'm independent consultant, I'm probably working with one of the project which is related to business object with HANA. So you could see that my skill set comprises a lot of technology, mostly inclined onto the SAP's end, where I have worked on business object, as I mentioned. I'm working on BOPC, which is nothing but the planning and consolidation tool inside my business object family. Well, I'm working currently on SAP HANA with BO. I have worked on SAP BW with HANA, which is an integrated tool with our famous business warehouse and data warehousing tool. Well, I also have worked on BODS. BODS is both the versions, which is an ETL tool in the SAP family. Well, as I mentioned, SAP BW HANA, I'm also expertise in BW 7.3, 7.2, and 7.0. Where combining with this, the skill set apart from this I have is I'm also having a skill set on MSBI platform, which is on SQL Server side. As of now, I'm database expertise in Oracle, Teradata, SQL Server, and some part on MySQL. At the same time, guys, I also worked on the Cognos, which is another reporting tool from IBM. Okay. As of now, I have served in different domains in my experience period, where the domains are telecom, sales, banking, HRMS, and insurance sector. So what I'm going to highlight in my curriculum, I'm going to highlight all these points related to the telecom, sales, banking, HRMs, and insurance going forward with the perspective of business object. We know that business object has started in the year 1990 by some of the developers from IBM. They started a company called Business Object. Well, the business object revolution started in the year 1997 when Very Thin Client has been introduced in the market. Well, you could see that 1997 is the year which made business object more popular in the market by the release of Thin Client. So Very Thin Client was enabled to share information across the internet. So that is what the more a powerful functionality what Webby was start delivering in the market on the analytic world to get more and more coverage towards the analytics. Well, guys, after acquisition of business object by SAP in the year 2007, business object was no more independent company. It's been merged and it's been taken up by SAP, and they renamed it as SAP Business Object. After having acquisition, SAP releases a quick release of version 3.1 in XIR3 in the year 2008. Well, that was a quick release, so there was no much development happen or not much enhancement happen at that point of time. Well, going forward, SAP has released a major release towards business object side, which was year 2011. When SAP AG released this, my business object, business intelligence 4.0 XIR4, where each and everything, the whole architecture has been changed and newly been introduced as per the business object family, where we are going to focus on the layout of on the landscape of SAP, how SAP works, and also we are going to focus on what are the new enhancements going to happen, or which has already been happened in the recent releases. Well, that will be focused on the going forward session, where our agenda for this demo is to focus on what exactly the business object is, what type of solution it provides, and also the SAP landscape, where exactly my business object, business intelligence tool stand in the SAP family. So you could see that the major release has been given by SAP AG after acquisition was 2011, which is nothing but BOBI 4.0. So no more we are calling it BOBJ, we are calling it business object, business intelligence 4.0 XIR4. So naming convention also been changed with the change of architecture and the whole layout. Well, recently we got the release in 2013, which is nothing but SAP BOBI 4.1, and our training program is focusing on this latest version. So we'll do the comparison with 4.0, and also we'll try to pick up what are the changes majorly SAP AG has done with XIR3 to XIR4. For the people, those who are pretty new in this particular field. Guys, for those who are new, let me tell you, we are going to cover each and everything with the bottom, from the scratch. Well, let me take a tour of my course content, which we are offering in this training program over here. So this program is going to be for 45 hours total, where we are covering our data warehousing dimensional modeling concept first of all, because this is the basic of your business intelligence, where we are also covering the concept which is going to be utilized inside this package for data warehousing, your modeling. Then we'll talk about the architecture of 4.0, which is latest one, and how the entire business object infrastructure working. Well, going forward, we are going to put our hand to look into the reporting perspective of my platform, which is offered inside the business object. Well, the first platform we have, and the popular platform we have for business intelligence inside the business object is Webby. So Webby on BI Launchpad. The first focus is to know that how it works, how exactly this reporting tool is working, which is hot in the market. So Web Intelligence is the platform which is present in BI Launchpad, and we are looking on all those options which is present over there with report development, query management, and query designing, data restrictions, and with respect to analysis. So what are the analysis functions we have over here? After looking on it, we are going to check out its co-partner, which is nothing but its rich client version of Web Intelligence. So we have a special curriculum for Web Intelligence Rich Client for that one, where we are going to populate out all those highlight points of this text-based tool, where it allows us to access more of the data sources. So our main focus will be always how many data sources we are able to take it in for reporting under this rich client version. After looking and putting our hand onto the reporting end, we are jumping onto the designing area. In business object, we have two parts, guys. Not to forget, we do reporting, we do design of our own sources, which we call it semantic layer. We do a solution of my complexity of databases, which is nothing but a semantic layer. So by the release of 4.0, SAP started giving solution for this complexity in two different tools. So we are going to look at all the perspective of information design tool, which is newly been introduced by 4.0 XIR4 onward, and also the perspective of my universe designing tool, which is still offered inside the 4.1, where we are going to focus on my SAP BW integration with business object, which is going to be with the one click by using IDT tool. We are also focusing on how the HANA integration will happen with business object and what are the perspective which is being used by HANA on the BW side. We are also going to create an OLAP connection by using a newly introduced connection given by SAP AG, which is nothing but BICS connection. So this connection is so powerful, it can integrate my OLAP sources, especially my BW. Guys, before 4.0 XIR4, we didn't have this connectivity. We were like still using business object that time as an external tool. So there was no powerful connector by which we can integrate them. Now we have inbuilt integration possible for the BW side, where we know that SAP BW is a major product or major module inside the SAP AG family. So my entire other tools are more inclined on BW side always. So we'll see the integration, we'll see how business object can be utilized for reporting on SAP BW sources. So we'll check out all this perspective in this IDT tool side. Okay, and then we'll switch to the universe designing tool, which is an old tool coming from the business object side from the beginning almost, where there are some limitation of this tool. Because of that, this IDT has been developed by SAP. So we'll see all this perspective and we'll gather all those knowledge related to modeling, how modeling will done, and how the restructuring of my model to the semantic layer used to happen. See, business object is nothing but it's a reporting tool. Business object is nothing but it's a reporting tool used for developing report and doing analysis in a single environment in user-friendly manner. That is nothing but a business object. It's a name which is given over here for this reporting tool. That is nothing but by business object. Well, guys, moving onward, we are going to take a look on other part of my BI solution. I know, Prithvi's, basically, let me answer the Prithvi's question, guys. Prithvi is asking what is business object, and he got the answer. And he's asking, so BI is the same BO here? Well, let me tell you guys, after the acquisition of business object, the SAP has did some major changes on naming convention. Previously, the BW was called as business intelligence tool. Yeah, Wayne Kong, you can write the your question in the chat. No problem at all. Go ahead. So, Prithvi, for your question, BI is business intelligence, which was the name of my SAP BW, which is a currently naming convention. But BI is the whole name of my current business intelligence tool offered by SAP. Yeah, we are coming to the point of Wing Kong CMC, where we will cover that part of administration as well. Yeah, we are going to cover that BO admin part as well. It's not about the CMC only. We are also covering the whole layout which comes onto the administrative perspective. But this program will be more inclined always onto the development side, as it is a development track based program. Okay. So Prithvi, is it clear to you, the answer? Go ahead, Wing Kong. No, okay, no problem. See, BI is nothing but a business intelligence, and business object is a name, where BI also a category. category which belongs where we do reporting, we do analytics. That is a category of business intelligence, where BO is the name of a tool which offers my business intelligence. So altogether, with the new naming convention, we call it BOBI. Okay, all right. Okay, Wing Kong, basically, with the basis perspective, the security will be not dealt in this training program because I'm not on, you can say, like, I'm not more on admin side. I'm more on development side always. As being the architect, I can say I can deal personally some of the point of your basis security, but that will be purely documented. Thank you. I hope my answer is okay. All right. So let me go forward, guys, instead of wasting time. Okay. Well, another. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, exactly, Prithvi. BW was earlier called as SAP BI. Yeah, go ahead, Wing Kong. You can write down your question there. Guys, you will get a chance to ask question at the end of the session. I'll give you adequate amount of time to ask question one by one. So better we will go with the session, and let me give you the layout of Business Object so that people will understand what exactly Business Object stands for. And then we will go across with the questionnaire. Okay? Always fine. Thank you, guys. So I'm also going to cover the other BI solution offered inside the Business Object. That means other reporting tool. The other reporting tool which still not into the package of Business Object. If you need these specific reporting tools, you need to go for special or separate implementation, where SAP Crystal Reports 2013 is a recent release with 4.1. So all aspect of my Crystal Report, which is a pixel clear reporting tool famous for highly formatted report, is going to be covered inside this curriculum. Parallelly, we are also going to cover one of the other perspective, which is interactive report delivered by SAP Business Object Dashboard 4.1. So this is another reporting tool available inside the Business Object side, but not in a package. Like the same like a Crystal Report, if you want to avail the services of Dashboard, you need to do a separate installation at your end. So basically, guys, our major tool for BI solution is my Webby. These are my specific solutions and the specific reporting tools available inside my SAP Business Object family. Well, let me go ahead, and we are going to cover our query as web services concept, how things can be managed as web services by using our tool, Quas. Quas is a tool offered inside this package where it allows me to create a query as web services, and by that we can access any data source alternatively inside Webby and dashboards, where we are going to look into live office reporting, which is supported to the dashboard, and how data will be taken from Office suite. If data is not directly can be taken over here directly, consider that if I have to take it through the Office suite, how do we do that? So we have an add-on called Live Office given by Business Object, which supports to move data from any sources to Office suite. Like we can take data in Excel by Live Office from Webby query, and we can do designing of my dashboard based on that. So we will see all this perspective of Live Office reporting over here, where at the end we have a good offering which is more inclined for the end users for monitoring. We have a widgets, which is going to be my desktop-based monitoring, you can say, for my reports. I'll put my reports on the desktop by using these widgets, and whenever it updates with data, it refreshes out automatically. So there's nothing to nothing to worry about to checking your email for looking into the report if there is any update happening. So every day you may not go and check out your emails for getting the update about the reports. Well, you can put it on the desktop, and while you're working, you can check that out. Even you can put it onto the mobile devices, which is now a popular part of my business object. Well, I'll deal some of the perspective of mobile devices, but not purely, where these are the curriculum which is offered by us in this training program. So let me switch back to the slide, guys, where I have created a whole picture of my business object scenario and how exactly it will be dealt inside this suite. Well, guys, business object, business intelligence 4.0, starting with that, we have offering of my two different types of tools, my administrative tools and my client tools. So administrative tools always going to offer the administration based on my server management and the entire infrastructure management. Where CMC and CCM are my tools which is offering us administration. Where CCM stands for Central Configuration Manager and CMC stands for Central Management Console. Where Central Management Console is a main admin console, which is a web-based console used for my administration purpose. So we are going to look into these tools going forward, guys, where these are the two tools offered for administration purpose inside my VO suite. Well, we have several tools, as I mentioned. For development purpose, we have IDT and UDT, especially for the modeling. When we are going with creation of my semantic layer, which is a complexity happening at the database layer, which we are solving by creating a semantic layer. Semantic layer is nothing but a layer which is defined between user and the database. So whatever the complexity you are having at the database side will be resolved, and your sources will be presented at your end with the simplest manner. And that is we do at the semantic layer side. So we have two designing tool called information designing tool and universe designing tool. Basically, guys, I just wanted to focus on universe is my prime source for reporting under business object business intelligence 4.0. Well, we have other sources possible. We know that when we go for integration of BW, we can take data from BW, where BEX is the tool used for my query designing, and based on the query which is designed under BEX, I'm going to do reporting on Web Intelligence platform. So Web Intelligence has an instance by which we can connect with the BEX, and indirectly we can have a data source as a BW. So BW as a source, where query will be designed already in BEX, and those query will be populated out in Web Intelligence instead of doing reporting in BW itself. So generally nowadays what happened, guys, SAP BW is end-to-end data warehousing tool we have in SAP family, where we do modeling, ETL, and reporting. So reporting functionality of SAP BW was not that much powerful. To meet the requirement of nowadays era, SAP BW is not on to that platform that it can deliver that type of reporting and analytics. Well, that's why SAP was trying to take some purely business intelligence tool to enhance and support my BW. Well, he got the business object, where we have a prime reporting tool is Web Intelligence. So BW, by designing a query on BEX, will be taken up as a source, and the whole reporting will be done under Web Intelligence environment. Well, there is another perspective, guys, which is coming up in a picture, and maybe it will be applied in future, that we are going to use BW directly as a source, and we are going to design a universe by using IDT tool, where it will be taken up as a source, either a OLAP or directly will populate the database, so it goes as a relational source in this category, and we can do reporting directly by using this universe. Like I can say we have two of the perspective, which is nowadays we are doing SAP BW BEX query designing, which is a responsibility of BW consultant. And once the BEX query will be available at our end, we are going to develop a report based on top of it under Web Intelligence environment. Where another perspective, as I mentioned, is going to be come up, where the BEX is completely going to be removed out, and we can access data from SAP BW directly by using our new designing tool called IDT. So we will have a direct communication between SAP BW to IDT, and by using IDT we will develop a universe, and on top of the universe I'll do reporting. Okay, on top of the universe I'll do reporting over here. That is another perspective which is actually been implemented in 4.1 but rolled out. But going forward in future, this direct communication will make it happen. Where, guys, you can see that we can take data from HANA by using IDT tool, and we can design a semantic layer, and based on that semantic layer, we can do reporting by using Web Intelligence tool. Well, you could see SAP HANA as a source and Web Intelligence as a reporting tool can be used, where middleware I'm doing the whole process designing by using IDT tool, which is a designing tool inside my package. I can take data from Oracle database and I can design a universe on top of it by using IDT tool, and based on the universe I can do reporting under Web Intelligence environment. At the same time, guys, we know that we have two offering of designing tool, UDT, where UDT was more inclined previously to the MS Access and SQL Server database. So I can take data even from these two databases, and we can design a universe by using UDT tool, and on top of that universe I can do reporting under Web Intelligence. So basically IDT and UDT, they are focusing on two different things, where you could see that I'm designing a universe based on one connection in UDT. I'm designing a universe based on two different sources in IDT. That is what the big difference we have in IDT and UDT. And that was the perspective taken by SAP to develop a new tool called IDT, where UDT didn't support multi-connection universe, where IDT supports multi-connection universe. What I mean by multi-connection, guys, we can take data from multiple sources at a time. So that is a part of your designing purpose, your source designing, which is a simplified layer known as semantic layer, where mostly we are doing reporting by Web Intelligence only, okay, which is present at the BI Launchpad. BI Launchpad is my Java portal where we have several applications integrated for reporting purposes, where Webby is one of my application which is available there. So mostly it's a web-based tool used for our famous because of Web Intelligence and some of the other application which is present inside it. So we are going to look into the SPBI Launchpad and how to do reporting by using Webby on the BI Launchpad side. Okay, then we have another part, co-partner of my Webby, which is a rich client version, where when we are working with the rich client version, we have several more data sources available. When I'm looking onto the Webby, I can see that I can take data from BEX, I can take data from universes. So alternatively, I can say whatever the solution we are providing by IDT and UDT can be utilized as on Web Intelligence as a source, where BEX can be also used as a source. But how about those clients, those small clients, those who are maintaining the data in text and Excel file. Or suppose we are not having any communication with the sources. How do we get the data in my reporting tool? At that time, my rich client role will become up, guys, and there we will find a lot more other data sources available for reporting purposes, where maybe rich client is giving me our reporting on top of the data source, which is going to be work as web services and text and Excel file. I can take text and Excel file and I can do reporting under my rich client. It's not like that we can't take data from BEX. We can even take data from the BEX and we can do reporting. I also can take data from universes and I can do reporting, where two of these options are categorized more under the Webby Rich client as a personal data sources, or you can call it external data sources. These data sources are not coming from the repository, where VW BEX is coming from VW repository and universe is coming from BO repository. Where what is repository? Repository is nothing but it's a database. Prithvi's, for your question, where is BOBI here? Well, it's a naming convention which is used to aware the people, those who are going to use first time this tool in the market. BOBI is a naming convention where commonly we call it business object, where the complete name after release of 4.0, SAP has given a new naming convention that is nothing but BOBI. Business object as a business intelligence tool. That is what. There's nothing significant like where is the BOBI. It's a business object, but it's a naming convention which is we call it BOBJ. No, this is not the architecture we are talking about. I'm talking about the tools offered inside the package and how it is being integrated with the sources. And what are the tools which offers the connectivity with the sources. And what are the sources? We are identifying the sources and we are going forward and we are checking out how do we do reporting on which part. We have three different reporting tools inside this package. So we are seeing like what are the data sources available in these three. Okay, so architecture we will deal it in the going forward in the session. Okay, not now, because it will be a complex for everyone to look into the architecture. Well, guys, I'm going to move forward by this slide. Okay, exactly, Kevin. BOBI is a new naming convention given by SAP after release of 4.0 XIR4. Previously, it was called as BOBJ. Now we call it BOBI. Thank you. Well, guys, come to the point now. The very rich clients offered me some more data sources, which is nothing but web services, text, and Excel as a source, where we can take data. We can take data to VW BEX in my dashboard also. We can do reporting on top of Universe. I can do reporting under BEX in my dashboard reporting tool, where dashboard is more inclined on Excel sheet. We take data through the Excel and we do designing of dashboard most of the time. So Live Office and Quas, this is more inclined onto the dashboard reporting tool side. Now, BOBI doesn't include planning and consolidation. Planning and consolidation, Prithvi, it's a different module. Don't worry, just take a look onto the slide. All your queries will be rectified. Don't worry about that. Okay, where we can take Crystal Report as a BI tool where we can access data in two ways, either by the universe or by BW connectivity, where Crystal Report focused more on taking direct data directly as well. That means we can take data directly from sources. Like if I have to take Oracle as a source, I can connect Oracle to the Crystal Report and I can do reporting on top of it. So basically we have a direct communication and we also have indirect communication to the Crystal Report side as a data source, where we have a new tool which is coming into the picture called SAP Design Studio. And this Design Studio is going to replace my dashboard tool. Well guys, Design Studio is an enhanced version of my dashboard which is coming in the picture. Going forward, maybe dashboard will be no more available inside the package, and it will be called as SAP Design Studio. Let me tell you guys one more interactive tool coming into the market and popular, where SAP has given a quick release, and we have monitored that SAP haven't given as of now that much of releases of any module, where SAP Lumira is one of the predictive analysis tool offered inside a business object, especially nowadays for doing any analysis immediately. So basically, as a Design Studio is not stable tool, Kevin, we are learning dashboard. As from the course content, you can see that we are covering Web Intelligence Rich Client, Information Design Tool, Universe Design Tool, Crystal Report, Dashboard Designer, with Query as Web Services Tool, Live Office Concept, and Widgets. So these are the offerings what we have over here inside this curriculum. Just to understand, we have a perspective that we can use it SAP Design Studio in future. Okay, not now. Where SAP Lumira, you might have heard that those who are already interacted with this business object. SAP Lumira is one of my visualization tool used for predictive analysis. So let me roll up this whole slide over here, guys, and let me talk about the layout and offering we have, because I can see there are a lot of people are confused about this packaging of my business object. So let me take you to the packaging side, guys, and then we are going to discuss the landscape where my business object is fitted in the SAP family. And then we can go for question and question hours. Okay. So let me take you. Generally, we have business object as one group created after acquisition of my business object company by SAP AG. So we have a group called business object. In this group, particularly in this group, 3 different type of solution will be provided by SAP. Those all 3 different type of solutions are my one is my business intelligence solution, which we call it BOBI, especially not to forget SAP BOBI, which is a reporting analytical tool. Where another solution offered inside the business objects family is nothing but my EIM solution, which is called as Enterprise Information Management. In general, we call it ETL. So SAP BODS is my ETL tool available inside SAP family, which provides us EIM solution under the business object family. There is another group created, guys, under SAP called Business Objects Group, where it gives us 3 different types of solutions related to business. One is business intelligence solutions, and we are going to learn this part of the solution in this curriculum. Not to forget, this part of the curriculum we are going to learn, and we are going to highlight the SAP BOBI 4.1 specifically. But another type of solution we have underlying my business object is BODS, which is a ETL tool. The third solution offered inside my business object family is nothing but known as SAP BOPC, Business Object Planning and Consolidation, which we commonly call as BPC. BPC is an old naming convention, where new naming convention what we have for planning and consolidation tool offered inside business object is BOPC. Well guys, not to have any confusion about that, we are covering ETL or BPC. We are focusing on business intelligence part, in this category. So let me put this business object thing on more elaborated format, and then we'll have understanding what are the tools offered inside it, which we are going to learn it. So inside this business intelligence package, we have 3 different categories. One is my admin category, and another one is my client category, and another category we have is nothing but my other BI solutions. So what are the tools offered inside this BI package? We have with admin perspective and server perspective. With the release of 4.0 XIR4, what SAP has did, SAP has divided this package in 2 parts, server and client. Where previously, if you checked out XIR3 3.1, we haven't have 2 part of it. We have a single part. So if you go for any deployment, you will get all your server and client tools both. But here, you can go ahead with the server if you have to do only reporting. If you don't have to do designing of your sources. If my client is working on BW and most of the reporting will be done based on the BEX, at that time we don't have a use of my UDT and IDT, the designing tool. So there is no requirement of deploying your client's tools at your site. We can have my server part and I can do reporting on top of the BEX. So let me say this is my server part offered inside this business intelligence package, and we have a client part over here. So in this slide, we are going to look into what are the tools going to be offered, and we are going to learn. Okay, there is another category I can say which is not under the package. This is a hard bounded area, you can say, and this is a picture of my inside package, and this is my picture of my outside package. Where outside package offer and give us a group called Crystal Group. This is my Crystal Group. Sorry, Crystal Group. Where Crystal Group offers 2 different BI solution. That is nothing but Crystal Report and your Crystal Dashboard. Which is a specific tool, guys, and it is used for specific reports only. Where Dashboard inclined to more interactive report in a flashy manner, where Crystal Report is used for pixel clear reporting, where we need highly customization of report. That time we were using Crystal Report. Well, guys, come to the part which covers the package, where the first tool we have underlying the server part, which is used for administrative purpose, is my CMC. CMC is my main administrative tool, which is a web-based tool. What I mean by web-based is a tool can be operated through the browser directly. Web-based tool, it's a web-based tool. That means it can be operated from any place. There's no constraint of a place for administrator. When administrator, suppose like if he is not available in the office, and if he has to do any administration onto this entire environment, then he can do that administration from any location by using the URL. So web-based tool is nothing but a tool which is operated on web browsers. So CMC is my web-based tool. It's a web-based tool where the another offering inside is going to be another admin tool known for server management called CCM. CMC stands for Central Management Console, where CCM stands for Central Configuration Manager. Well, guys, these are the 2 admin tools we have offered inside this a server part? Well, I'm just dividing this server part internally, where some of the solutions are also being provided on server part for reporting purposes, where we have a special category called BI Launchpad. It's a Java portal. It's a Java portal used for reporting and analysis purposes, mostly inclined for the end user. And it is also a web-based tool. It is also a web-based tool. That means if you want to do analysis on top of your report, you can do it from any location. As I mentioned, especially this tool is focused more on power user side. Mostly power users are working and operating on it, where developers are also using nowadays this tool. Well, most of the development in most of the companies are going and taken onward by BI Launchpad nowadays, where some of the developments are taken over by Rich Client as well. Depending on the sources, we will have selection of tool guys. So under this server part, now we will have administrative tool, and we will have my development tool as well, where we don't have any designing tool offered inside the server part. So that's why I mentioned that if I'm using, suppose like my client is using BW, then I don't need my client tools. If my client is using BW and he's having BW sources, which is as a BEX queries, then at that point of time, I can go for deployment of server part of my business object, business standards 4.1, and I can get this tool where I can do the administration by using these tools, and I can do the development of my report based on BEX by using my BI Launchpad. Where especially under the BI Launchpad, we have a famous offered tool used for business intelligence is WebI. We call it WebI, which stands for Web Intelligence Tool. In this BI Launchpad itself, I can get my WebI, where majorly the whole report development will be done in the server part. So by the deployment of your server part, you can have your development of your report and analysis requirement done. If you have some of the data sources, relational data sources, which we need to restructure it onto the semantic layer side, then we need a client part. Suppose like we are not having a BW, we are having relational sources, and we know that there are a lot of complexity when you look into the database. If you are not a technical person, you can't easily read out the data which is placed in the database. Well, a lot of difficulty clients used to face it when it comes to the end user side or power user side, those who are functional guys, not technical guys. For this perspective, we have a solution offered by SAP Business Objects, especially called Semantic Layer. It's a middle layer where we do solution and remove all the complexity of my database and give it to the client at the front end. Basically, so at that point of time, when we are dealing with relational sources, I need my designing tools, which is actually a part of my client part, where the first client tool offered inside this part is my rich client, which is nothing but Web Intelligence rich client. This rich client is famous for some of the external sources which can be taken inside it, and by using that we can do reporting on top of it. Well guys, Web Intelligence on BI Launchpad and Web Intelligence Rich Client as a desktop tool doesn't have much difference. All the functionality are same, just that it has more data sources. It has more data sources which can be taken inside it for the reporting purposes. where we have mentioned that when we are going to deal with relational sources, we need to design a semantic layer. We need to provide a solution layer. So those solution layer provided by these two tools. The older one will be used as UDT, which stands for Universe Design Tool, which is an old tool offered inside the Business Object Package. And there is a new tool called IDT inside the package. So these are the two offerings inside it for the designing purpose or giving a solution to remove the complexity of my database at the client part. Well, guys, there are a few more tools offered inside the client part. We have is Query as Web Services tool, which we commonly call it QAS. And another client-based tool we have over here is my widget. So these are the tools we are going to learn it into the client part especially, and these are the tools we are going to learn it into the server part especially, where you could see that special group, which is a crystal group, where we have two different types of BI solution offered inside this package, package of crystal group, where these two tools are not been integrated inside the business object package. So you could say that in this curriculum, we are covering all those tools, but especially the business object, business intelligence package has these many tools. We don't have the crystal report, and we don't have my dashboard over here. Okay. Okay, one second. Let me see. For example, if we have a SQL DB, how do we proceed here? Okay, this is a question asked by Prithvi. Well, Prithvi, basically, if you have a SQL server as a database, which is a relational source, as I mentioned in this while discussing about my UDT and IDT, that when we have to access my relational sources, and we know that those sources are having some complexity with the structures. So at that time, we are taking client pipe, and we are using UDT and IDT based on the requirement, and I'm doing designing of my semantic layer. Especially, guys, moreover, nowadays in the market, we have started using IDT more and more. Well, still we are using UDT for getting a support of all the universes which has already been developed. But we wanted to see both the tools and what are the differences we have. I hope, Prithvi, your question has been answered perfectly. Yeah, especially when the data sources are already ready. I can say, let me give an example of this case where Prithvi is confused with where when we are going to use the server part and when the client part. Let me take an example of Prithvi where I have a client, and that client is using BW as a source, okay, and the client having a BW. Otherwise, let me divide the whole work of reporting and development of my reporting, let's say reporting and designing this whole work in two parts. Suppose like I'm a company who's looking for a report. I'm an ABC company who's looking for a report. And who is looking for a report, and basically this report will be developed by me. This report will be delivered and developed by me, whose name is Manoj. Okay. Well, the designing area, I'm not expertise in designing, if I'm saying, then the whole picture of designing will be carried out for this client by some other person. That means some other person will design my universes at their end. Suppose like I'm holding a company called DWBI, which is giving a solution for data warehousing and business intelligence. Where the another guy is there, he's working in Infi. Okay, Infosys. Infosys is the client who is looking for the designing purpose, who is doing the designing for this client. So Infi will have the client part. But at my end, I will not have my client part requirement. I will have only my server part and my requirement will be done. If we have multiple DB, like when you say, if I have to do designing, I'll go with the entire package where we have client and server both included. Otherwise, if I have to do only reporting and analysis, we can go ahead by keeping the server part at our side. Because this comes when you go for licensing, the whole package will be chargeable for the license. Not like that, the server and client part. So it's internally, it's been divided in two parts, and the deployment need a separate installation of your client where there's nothing to do with license. So if you want to put it, you can go ahead. Exactly. We are going to cover all this part of my admin, especially the admin part. Not on database. Wait a second. User security we are covering. Universe controlling we are covering. Okay, you might have picked up from somewhere from the website, and you have enlisted over here. Well, I can say, Yovan, most of the developer-based administration we are taking it over here in this program. As I mentioned, this is developer track program, not a purely admin track program. Because when we go more on administration, we have to be keen on administration side. We can't look into the more on development. But most of the option, whatever you have written over here, like how do we publish my universes, the reports, how do we do a scheduling of report, how do we do the report busting, how do we set up my, like how to create a user, how to put the security, how to authenticate any user, how to manage the licenses, how to manage universes, reports coming from Webby, Crystal, those all things we are taking it in this training program. But if you save more onto the server side, then we are not taking it in action in this curriculum, especially. Okay. Okay. So let me move onward. As I mentioned, Prithvi's, we have two parts: reporting and designing. If we want to do designing, I'll go for my client part, where it is not mandatory that I have to keep it both part. Okay. If you want, it's based on to your working. Like how do we work? Sometimes what I have seen, people are working and they are doing majorly development in rich client only. As per the protocol, they are not authorized to access directly the server. So they will install the client tools at their own system. And they will access the whole reporting and analysis by their client tools only. Okay. No, let me recall it one more time. Client part not only covers the modeling, it covers modeling as well as reporting. Yeah, all modeling will do it. So let me pick it up, Prithvi, and we will openly ask the question at the end, where I'm going to put you the landscape side quickly, so that we can have our understanding about where exactly my business object fitted in my SAP family. Well, this is nothing but my landscape. Guys, in a SAP family, especially in the SAP family, you know that the prime source and the major product of SAP is my ERP system, by which the SAP AZ got popular in the market. So you could see that I can put my SAP ECC system, as we are going to talk about only the SAP family. I'm going to put my SAP ECC, which is a OLTP system, or it's my, you can say, database for ERP. ECC, which stands for my my database, or for ERP, where we are going to manage my multiple departments' data. So this is my one of the source, and we know that for reading of the data from here, we have a prime model offered by SAP, which is nothing but a BW. BW is always running on top of the ECC system. Whomever is having SAP ERP, they are having SAP BW as well. That doesn't mean that BW can take data from the other sources. There is two categorization of BW having on data sources front. One is internal data source and external data source. What I mean by internal, we call it SAP data source and non-SAP data source. Where SAP data source, when we are talking about, we are focusing on SAP ECC. SAP ECC, where BW has sort of extractor which can easily read out the data from my ERP system. Where BW is inclined for end-to-end data warehousing solution tool. This tool is capable of delivering end-to-end data warehouse solution. Where for those people, those who don't know what exactly the data warehouse stands for, in the coming session, when we start we'll start the regular classes, we'll talk about the data warehouse concept right there. Okay, so SAP BW, which is an end-to-end data warehousing tool, is running on top of the ECC system as a SAP source, where we have non-SAP sources as well here, by which my SAP BW is taking data. Okay, where it includes my databases, my files, file systems, and all possible data sources available here. Especially when I pointed out onto the SAP shared sources, we can say SAP ERP, CRM, SRM, those all modules from where we can pick up the data into the BW side. Where BW is more inclined on end-to-end data warehousing, where data warehousing need three different combinations. We need to do the modeling, we need to do ETL here, we need to do reporting. Well, this reporting part of my BW is not that much powerful, as I mentioned earlier as well. Reporting, SAP BW was lagging onto the reporting front, and this was the cause of acquisition of my business intelligence at my SAP's end as a business object. Well, so BW reporting is now going out from the market. Those clients, those who are having SAP BW, they were facing a lot of issues that time when we haven't have the SAP business object. They were not able to do the analysis in a proper way in an easy manner, especially for the ad hoc reporting done by the power users. The power users was facing a lot of issues when they are landing up here for analysis purpose. So as a solution, what SAP has decided to pick up any tool from the market or develop a tool so that they can strengthen the SAP BW onto the reporting front, so that clients are going to use SAP BW as a modeling and ETL tool, and there will be a specific tool where they will do reporting. Instead of developing and enhancing SAP BW to make it more complex, they wanted to take it as specific BI tool in the family. And in the year 2008, or you can say the formally 2007, is the year of acquisition of my business object. So you could see that SAP BO, my SAP BO BI is running on top of my BW. So it's taking data from BW. It's taking data from the universes, which is a prime source for my reporting, as you know that. And universe is nothing but my semantic layer, a solution layer offered between database and my front end. Okay, so universe. Well, you could see that your package is running on top of BW, where BW Bex is my, okay, yeah, exactly, Wayne. Exactly, Bex is your part. So I do a query designing and reporting underlying my BW under the BEX environment. So BEX is my actually a source by which I'm going to design my query and I can do reporting. The tool which is used for designing purpose of my query is called BEX Query Designer under BW, and those which is used for analysis purpose is known as BEX Analyzer. Well guys, now all the development which is done under my SAP BW and the designing which is done in BEX of BW will take BEX as a source for BOBI, and we can do all the reporting part under the BOBI itself. So BEX will be my ultimate source at this point by which we are interacting. As I mentioned, with the release of 4.1, SAP has opened a perspective by which we can directly take data from SAP BW. So they are planning to replace the BEX out of this picture. Yeah, exactly. BEX is going to be out, right? Right wing. BEX is going to be out going forward. The testing is going on. All those R&D is going on. So once it will be stabilized, SAP will give it in the release. And they can let you connect directly with the SAP BW database. Okay, so here I could see that SAP BOBI is running on top of BEX, where it has also a source called Universe, and there is one more category we have over here called Other Sources. So other sources will hold up my text file, Excel file, my web services option under the business object. Well guys, we know that hello guys, can you hear me now? Hello. Sorry, we had some issues coming up onto the Citrix side. Sorry for inconvenience. Let me go ahead. Okay, perfect. So guys, SAP BODS, which is nothing but a ETL tool offered inside the business object family, or you can say SAP family especially. This tool has been taken up into the picture to strengthen my new developed tool by SAP, which is more popular in the market for its in-memory system, which is nothing but a HANA. HANA is a database, and it also has modeling. You can say HANA is more popular because of its in-memory system, where it uses your RAM to access the data and to put the data inside it as a DB. So HANA as a DB, to strengthen the quality of HANA, we have BODS coming to the picture. BODS as an ETL tool is supporting HANA for delivering all the ETL concept and functionality, where you could see that this BODS is running to help HANA to provide ETL functionality. Not only that, when we are going and doing any development under the HANA, I can do reporting on that modeling by having an integration of BOBI. So I have a direct communication with SAP HANA to BOBI. That means by using my IDT tool, I can connect to HANA and I can make HANA as a source for reporting under BOBI, where reporting is supported by BOBI for HANA and ETL functionality will be supported by BODS. The only part which is left behind is my modeling part from end-to-end data warehouse solution, where modeling is delivered by my ETL only. Sorry, IDT only. So IDT is delivering modeling. So we got the reporting, we got the ETL, we got the modeling here. So I can say by combining BOBI, BODS, and HANA, we will have a complete end-to-end data warehouse solution at any business site. So going forward, you may can see, guys, you will have a new picture in the market, a new solution in the market offered by SAP, which is a combination of SAP BOBI with HANA and BODS. That's why we have a model called SAP HANA with BO. And also we have a specific category created by SAP called SAP HANA, or you can say SAP BW with HANA. That means we are taking data from ECC or any ERP system into HANA in two ways. We can take data directly by using BODS from this ERP system, or else we can take data from BW to BODS and then to HANA. That is one flow we have over here in this layout. You could see that we can take data into HANA by using BODS from BW, which is actually been connected to ECC. So indirectly, I am taking data from ECC to BW. BW, we are doing modeling and ETL, and then BW as a source and HANA as a target will transfer the data by using BODS to HANA. That is one way. We have another way. By using BODS, we can connect to HANA and ECC, and we can take data directly over here. At that time, we have to do modeling by using IDT with support of BOBI. So we can take any perspective. If the client has already the BW, they prefer to go with this path by taking this path. Otherwise, we will go with this path, which is directly taking data into my HANA. So that is another picture what we have in the family, guys, which is coming up in the market and picking up the market, where especially, as I mentioned, this SAP BW is more preferable tool in SAP family. BODS, a ETL tool, has a special instance for BW has been given. That means under the BODS, we have BODS as BW as a source and BW as a target. BW as a source and BW as a target, two different instances has been given at this place. That means we can take data from BW, we can pull data from the BW. Both can be happened by using BODS onto any front. It doesn't matter the HANA. BODS also can be individually work as an ETL tool like Informatica and Data Stays, like MS SSIS or any other ETL tools. So being into the SAP family, if you look into the entire landscape, how the tools are working, if you are taking up the whole suite of your SAP SAP packages, then you'll have this layout present at your end. Basically, guys, BODS is an ETL tool. It can be independently work in any environment. So, but it is more inclined on the HANA side, which is giving ETL functionality to HANA, and which supporting actually ETL functionality to HANA, where BOBI is going to support HANA for its reporting functionality. So I do ETL by BODS, I do reporting by BOBI for HANA. The modeling will be dealt by IDT tool. The whole integration to SAP BO to HANA will be dealt by IDT itself. Where I just want to focus one more tool which is inside my SAP family. R3 is for ERP. Especially R3 is for ERP wing. When I'm using BODS, BW as a source or BW at target, especially I'm focusing on the situation where my databases are concerned, because we have a special instance for relational databases under BW, where some of the complexity we have to take data from databases to BW for development. At that point of time, we will use BODS and we'll move data from my database to BW very easily. R3 is not okay. We have a BW connection, sorry, a BODS connection available in BW source system. And once we create like RFC or I'll do FTP, anything we can do it at that place, and we can do the connectivity. Well, there is a special instance given in this 7.3 version of BW and 7.4 version where there is a direct communication happened with the BODS as an instance in the BW platform. And as I mentioned, guys, I'm going to also give you one more tool, which is nothing but BPC, used for planning and consolidation solution offered inside the SAP family, which is running mostly on top of my BW source, which we call it Network version. So it works on BW as a source, and it also works on, you can say, it also works on Q version, MS version, where MS version is more focused on SQL Server. So we can do planning, we can do consolidation on top of my NetWeaver platform, which is a BW source, and my SQL Server platform, which is Microsoft source. So we have two of the sources for this business planning and consolidation tool. Well, planning and consolidation, where consolidation took two parts, my financial consolidation and my legal consolidation. Yeah, go ahead, Wing. So you could see that where my BOBI stands inside this whole family. You could see that BOBI is for support on BW. It's on support on HANA. It can even take data from the universes and other sources. Okay. So basically, BOBI, the main tool which we are going to learn, the whole package we are going to learn, we will see all the perspective. BW perspective, HANA perspective, universe perspective, and other sources perspective. Okay, guys. So this is my whole landscape of SAP family. This is how the whole SAP modules work inside the business side. Okay. So this is all about from the demonstration side. I'm going to unmute you guys, and you can go ahead and you can ask question if you have. Kindly make sure that you are not using anything which is going to interrupt or annoys anyone else in the meeting. Thank you. So guys, you can go ahead if you have any question.
Hello, I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, what's the scheduling tool for the entire picture of the SAP SAP solution? Just like, for example, if I get data from ECC to BW, then get the BW to SAP then to HANA. So what's the scheduling tool is to schedule this kind of complex of jobs, like IBM Tivoli, schedule different kind of job from different software. So what's the scheduling job? Scheduling tool for this thing?
First of all, what is your job? Like, is this an ETL job or you have developed a report?
The entire thing. Sorry, the entire thing is like if first the step one is to get data from ECC to BW, and step two is to get BW, the data from BW to BODS, then to HANA. For example, it's like this, 3 steps. So what's the tool is to organize this data flow or workflow or job, from ECC to HANA. Through this way, through these steps, yes.
Okay, all right then. So basically, you can see that when you're concerned about the connectivity over here, you could see that, one second, you could see that we are using, at this place, especially at the ECC side, we are using RFC, and which has been categorized as my DB Connect and my OLE connectors, which is used to connecting my BW to the SAP ECC system. And when there's a matter of concern, when we are going to communicate with the BW to BODS, at that time, my ODBC or my JDBC will come in the picture. Also, I can say, as I mentioned, we have a special instance. We can go without these ODBC and JDBC connector, where we have inbuilt connection available inside the BODS, especially for BW. That's why the 2 instance has been given as a data store for BODS, BW as a source, and BW as a target. So just you have to pick up those source and target, and you will be able to communicate with SAP BW, being as a source and being as a target by using BODS. So BODS has some inbuilt integrations already been kept up with the release of 4.2, BODS 4.2. We have inbuilt connections already been defined with these instances, where when it comes to talk about from HANA to BODS communication, we are using these connectors again at this place. That means we will prefer to go with ODBC and JDBC communication at being in this place. Let's go ahead, Wing. Is it clear, Wing?
Yeah, that's answering one of my questions. Another question is which tool is to organize this? I mean, from ECC to BW is the first step. I like read a job, right? When this job completed, then you will get data from BW to BODS, that's step 2, and then we'll run another job. And from BODS to HANA, there's step 3, and then there's another job. So, this is like a successor and a predecessor. So what's the thing? What's the tool to organize this successor and the predecessor? Am I clear?
Yeah, you were clear. Basically, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what I mean is like you need to get the step 1 completed, then you go to step 2, then you go to step 3, one by one, right? Step by step. So what's the organized? But what our company is doing, like, is using IBM Tivoli to do this job scheduling, to get data from ECC to the BODS, then from BODS to Oracle data warehouse, then to Cognos report. So these all steps are scheduling by Tivoli. So what's this?
There's nothing needed over here as an extra third-party tool for managing all those things. These modules itself has a capability that it can move data from one place to another place. There's no other management tools or entire job management tools needed for any scheduling. It has own inbuilt schedulers available in each front when you go as one process and successor of it. There is no separate tool required. That is the typicality of your SAP modules, guys.
Okay. So sounds like I can set up. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So sounds like for example, in SAP BW, I use RFC to get data from SE. I need to because in ERP there are a lot of jobs to run the data as well, right? From some tables, from inference to some tables. So I need to set up. I can set up the predecessor in BW for the data from ERP to DBW. Then I can set up the the successor to BODS? Because I don't see any I don't see any jobs success and predecessor set up in BODS.
It's there already. It's there because you're if you look into the SAP BW environment, you'll find out SAP BW as a source is already been declared as a source system, where BODS as a source is also been declared as a separate instance. So you'll find out as a source system we have under BW my ERP, my BW as a source as well, BODS as a source, file system as a source, DB Connect as a source, UD Connect as a source. So there are a lot of more source systems already been integrated over here, which has already the connectors. They used to connect itself. We don't need a separate tool to manage it. If you want to schedule the job, you can schedule being into the same environment. You don't have to go anywhere else.
So you mean set up the predecessor and the successor in BW, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. I got it. Thank you so
like
much. No question.
Oh, you're all right. All right. Not a problem. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. Any more question, guys, from any side? We can go ahead one by one. Just kindly ping me in the chat because I can hear a lot of noise out there. So just ping me in the chat. I can unmute you and you can ask question, and you can interact with me as well. Go ahead, guys. Write down your question in the chat, or just say raise your hand. I can unmute you. Just raise the hand. I can unmute you, guys. There is an option over here called raise hand. Okay, perfect. All right. Go on. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Manoj. During the training, like, which are the databases with which will interact during the course?
Mostly
like,
we are going to interact with the databases in this curriculum is my Access database and SQL Server. We are just looking onto the integration on HANA part, because when we go into the taking data from HANA, we could do it, but again, that will raise a question how it has been managed and all that. Because we are pretty aware about the Access database and SQL Server database, we are using both of the data sources.
Okay, the SQL Server database, it is like 2008 or 2012 BI?
2008 R2.
Okay.
Which one is like it is a recommended one by SAP with the release of 4.0. SAP start recommending SQL Server 2008 R2 as a default database.
Okay, and like in terms of industry, like examples that you say you have worked in different industry, like different domains. So we will have a chance to cover like good example on each and every kind of.
Exactly. I'll put it across because all the concept first we learn it by example and examples. Okay, each and every functionality, and I'll put it across all those experiences I'm having in different domain in front of you, especially when we are dealing with typically those functions.
Okay,
so we will have a simple. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, in the end of this training, we can put on our like CV that hey, at least kind of 3 to 4 years experience with business objects, or 2 to 3 years experience with business objects.
If you talk about in US, I have seen people after finishing my training program has gone with the 10 years experience. They are capable of doing reporting related to 10 years. But especially if I say, if you focus on these domains where you are purely not expertise, I'm just sharing my experience. Maybe you might be there and you can gain more experience, right? So it's all depend. I'm sharing, so it's my experience which has been shared with you, and you are aware about that. You haven't gained the experience by your own. So with the safer side, always we say, when we say we pick always one domain that we are expertise in this domain, and we can say like I am like I can deliver any expertise level of my skill set on this particular domain. Like you can choose any domain. I can say sales and distribution is one domain where I'm purely expertise, and I can go to any extent. So that is something where you gather a lot of information. You can deal with any scenario. But if you say like 5 of the domain you are expertise, the expectation from the client's end or the end user's end will be more. But you can project your profile at least of 5 years. That will be on the safer side, you can say.
Okay, and
Very
do we will have a chance to interact Universe with this SAP HANA database?
We'll try that depending on to the server access we have. We'll try
Okay.
to manage. I'll try to create um, one database which is I'm going to take it in IDT for designing of my universe.
Okay, and you said that the training would be around 45 hours.
Yeah.
So like the normal timing will be the same, or it will be different timing during the training?
We are planning for the same time, and the time goes to 1.5 hour every day on weekdays.
Okay. Okay, and like in like every time you just like start the class, just after that we can have the recording of that.
Exactly. That you can get it from the organizers.
Okay.
Like you can get it from BSP. They will provide you all the recording.
Okay, like we will have access directly to the server, or we will use our IDT or UDT tools?
No. You will have a directly server access. But means you will be given a separate server access as a user,
Okay.
where you can use your admin tool, your server-based tools, your client tools all together at one place.
Okay, because like somebody told me, like I have heard that like if we use our client tool, it is more fast and in terms of time saving.
Exactly, but I'll tell you, nowadays people having a deployment of the server, which is which speed gives you the speed like anything.
Okay, got it. And one last question, like in the end of the training, will you like help us, or will you kind of create a kind of small project from scratch to the end? How it works in the real-time industry from really to scratch, kind of any project in the field of finance or insurance or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll show you how the financial like the document used to be created at the beginning, and
Okay.
how it will be read it out and how it will be proceed out if it is a prospective of reporting.
Okay. Okay. Thank you from my side. That's all.
Thank you, Joram. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, Wayne.
Sorry, and just got one more question. So for this training, we're gonna do like a virtual project based or just knowledge based, like like the PPT and show everything on screen.
Virtual best, we can say that because we have a lot of audience, those who are not into this. Especially, I can say when we are starting out with this curriculum, we'll always incline our example, which is real-time based, not project-based dealing. Where we are, like I'm going to provide you some of the starting point, which is needed to be picked up, like a documentation, functional documentation for reporting purposes on the business object perspective.
So when
Yeah,
sorry.
knowledge base with some of the tips related to your project, I can say.
So
I
that
don't have
sounds
any
like we
bundle
can
of
practice.
project. Yeah, you can practice.
Practice in your with your the access from the organizer, right?
Exactly.
I get access. Yeah, access. Okay. So what kind of access I can have? It's like is it BOBI as BOBI or BOBI plus BW or HANA or just BOBI?
You will be having access of BI supported with BW especially. I don't think HANA will be given to you, but
Okay.
especially BOBI with BW.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Yeah, anybody else who want to have a question or okay, go ahead. Johan.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Manoj. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry.
can.
Maybe it's a stupid question.
Not a
When we
problem.
install like business objects on a server, what are the let's say components we
Prerequisites.
install? Yeah, components we install. Let's say when we have business object server, do we also install crystal report server?
No.
No.
See, generally what happened in the CMC, we have an instance of everything, right? When by deployment of other parts like crystal report and dashboard, which has already been given in the CMC, just it will connect to CMC and start working and doing administration by using CMC itself. So when you go only for deployment of your SAP Business Object, Business Intelligence 4.1 part for server, you won't have the crystal and dashboard that you're in, right? So there's no requirement of your servers, but servers are already been given.
Okay, so
Those servers are, yeah, go ahead.
we only install like Business Object BI Server 4.1.
Exactly. If you need Crystal, you have to go for separate installation, and once you install it, because the server is already there, it will automatically connect and start working.
Okay,
Coordinated with your repository.
Okay, in real time, let's say a company install Business Object Server, and if the company want to use, let's say, Business Object Crystal report or dashboard reports, they put these tools on the client desktop or on the server.
Basically, it's a client's tool.
Okay.
Okay. So they deploy on the client side, but basically on the client desktop, and they will connect it with the server. They have the instance of server which is running in CCM for support of the Crystal report. So what they will do, they will configure it, and by using those configuration, they will connect with the Crystal. Because Crystal is not more onto the universe side, which is the prime source of a business object, right? Crystal is more on to connecting directly to the data sources, like any data sources. So my intention is not to do, not to be run based on how business object run. I can use it as an individual BI tool, and I can pick up the data from the servers wherever the databases are sitting.
Okay, that's a good. Actually, that will help us to learn more. So basically, a company, they will put this Crystal reports on the client desktop, and they will configure with the server wherever the server is. Okay.
Exactly. Very true.
Okay, thank you. Got it.
Yeah. Guys, anybody else has any question? Kindly go ahead and raise your hand so that I can answer your question. If you have any queries, any question, you are most welcome. I'll pleased to answer it. Well, guys, if you don't have any question, we are good to go. But let me quickly go through with the thing which is going to be delivered at your end as course material. Like, I have created a SAP BO document library where I have a PPT material, PDF material, some of the screenshots for steps, followed by some of the special reports related to Webby, Crystal, and Dashboard are there. Some of the sources also I have taken from the different group in Access database, where it will be shared with you, on which you can practice for designing a universe, and then you can do reporting on top of it. Where you can see that at the end, if you want to figure out how it will be your resume or your CV, then I can help you on that perspective as well. I can share you the default template which is followed in US, especially for you can go and search a job in the market by yourself by this resume, which is a special template highly picked up in the market for business object. So in this training dump, I have a lot of data already been kept up as a source, and the other part of it is my as my reporting source and my universe designing source for different sectors or different domain. That is one thing which will be delivered apart from the training recording. And one last question regarding the certification and materials. If you have any queries related to certification and material, you can come personally, and personally means like you can shoot an email to me, especially going through with the session. I can help you out with giving some sample certification question included with interview question that you can prepare, and you can go for certification on business object associate level. Guys, anybody else has any question? I have unmuted all of you.
So the course starts from next Monday, or?
Yeah, class started from next Monday, guys. You have enlisted date, and you might have got the email. Well, guys, if you don't have a question, I can say we are done with the